Hi everybody, it's Kathy here from Kathy Loves to Scrap, and today I've got a layout that I'm doing for Crafty Meggy's 10-year anniversary hop. This is for Megan Blethyn, and she set us a challenge of a layout of hers, 2 stamps, 3 photos, at least 4 pattern papers, at least 5 buttons, a 6x6 pad, a stencil, 9 enamel dots or sequins, and 1 embellishment glaze or paint. And I've chosen her layout that you just saw, and this is mine and my interpretation. It was a great layout to choose, and Megan is very clever and had lots and lots to choose from, and I really like how this one came together. Alright, so let's start. I have my stencil, and I'm using a splotchy dot stencil. I pulled out some stamps that I may or may not use on the layout. I'm not sure which ones I'm going to use just yet. It depends what fits when it all comes together. I pulled out these figures, but I don't actually end up using them. I have a whole lot of different embellishments here that I've gone through my pile to build up in the colours and tones based on the choices of paper that I have used. These here are enamel pearl dots and little enamel flowers that I can use on the layout. I've got some more flowers for my embellishments. And I'm using a Tim Holtz collection in the 6x6s. This is from the Ideology collection. So I've gone through the 6x6 pad and chose the ones that best suit the colours that I want to use and the ideas. I'm not sure which ones I'm going to use until I start using them, but they're the 6x6s, which were a requirement of the challenge. I have my 3 photos. I'm going with 3 photos like Megan's layout. And this Tim Holtz is the 12x12 of the same Ideology collection. So they're all going to marry together. They all come from the same kit so that the colours all match. Alright, so to start with, I'm going to use some gold paste through the stencil. And I'm just going to quickly mess this on, and mess is the right word. I don't want it to be perfect, I just want it to be on there and splatter it across. In Megan's layout that I'm copying, she has paint splatters across hers, so I'm mimicking that with the paste through the stencil, and the gold complements the colours of the layout, so it all marries in nicely. And I don't need it to be perfect, I just want it in places because a lot of it will get covered by the photos and the embellishments. Once that's dried, I'm now adhering it to a 1-inch frame in black just to finish off the page nicely. And I gut my cardstock always so that I can use it across the rest of the layout. And I have used the centre of it to mount my photos and to do my die cuts of my photo frames, which are also in Megan's layout. So I'm going to lay out the pieces first, map them out and see how they look on the page. As you watch, you'll see that I contemplate a lot about where things need to go. I refer back to Megan's often to make sure I've got it in the right spot. I have the 3 frames like Megan has on hers, and one of her frames is cut, so I'm cutting mine. And it is a photo of my daughter when she was in year 5, so that was back in 2015. She had a broken arm at the time. We were down at Parramatta Park, and the ducks were coming across the pond to her and her sister. So I took these photos while she didn't even know I was there, and it's just her being fascinated by this one duck, and this duck was quite taken with her and kept following her around the park. So I've captured the duck, and I've got her, and it's now 2024, and I'm finally getting around to scrapping it. As you can see, I rearranged the photos than the way I originally had them. I think it just suits a little bit better. So my frames are a little bit different in order to Megan's, but the whole concept is still there. I've added in the 2 film strip frames to build in there, and I've also put in the different papers in behind to build up the layers behind those photos. I'm popping the top frame because I want it to sit above the photo, and I've popped the others as well. I've left I turned over the original piece that I had down in the bottom right that you can see, and I've put it that side up because it's like a journaling box, which is great because I will be able to journal into it, and I actually like that side better than the plain pattern side. I've now got this stamp here, and I'm not too worried that they're not coming out dark because it's giving that antique vintage look that matches the papers and the collection all together, so it looks well. I'm now putting in this cross-hatching stamp, which I actually love, and it's going to become a very popular one, I think, on my layouts. And I'm just adding in some circles. So I've used actually 4 stamps, so I've well and truly matched the stamping on their requirement for this layout. I have the title there that says Simple Pleasures, and that's exactly what it is. Now I'm just going to layer in and stack up these embellishments, build in my layers, fill in the left-hand side. If you look on Megan's original one that I've chosen to lift, she has the paper down the side with lots of design on it. So this is sort of emulating that design, but I'm building it with the embellishments. And these are all vintagey type embellishments, so it all ties in with the flavour of the paper and the concept behind this layout. So I'm just putting in the last ones here. Some might add, some might take away. I've had these flowers forever. I can't even remember where I got them from, but I found them in my stash and they're perfect colour, so I thought I'm going to use them on this layout. This little tag here says lovely day, and it was a lovely day, and it was in the middle of winter. Alright, so I went to my button collection. That's why I faded out there. I had to get off screen and went to my button collection and got buttons to use on the layout. I have a very extensive button collection and I didn't need you to see me rummaging through them. I'm added in 2 butterflies, one on either side, and I'm just now looking to fill up that little gap there, build it up, and to tie in the red from the drake. So you can see around his face, around his beak, it's got the red, so I've got the red tinged leaves here, and that's going to add a little bit of the red and make a balance in the layout colours. Alright, I now need to add in my enamel, or in this case I'm using enamel pearls, but then I decide to add sequins as well. So the requirement was for 9, and I've got 9 pearls, and then I actually go back and put in 9 sequins as well. I just want to zhuzh it up a little bit. Usually I use Nuvo dots to do that, but this time I've chosen to follow the script and use the sequins to do it. I put them around in clusters of 3 because I like odds. Odds are good for the eye and they're pleasing, and it also makes your eye feel comfortable roaming the page. So I'm just putting in the little glue there so that I've got that extra cluster of 3 sequins sitting up there. So now that I'm happy with that, I'm just thinking, am I finished? Am I not? But you can see that I've got my stencil done, I've got my stamping done. I'm adding in journaling here on the journaling pad. That's exactly the same as what Megan's layout has. She has hers down in that part under the title. And I've just put in who it is and where it was and what time it was. So you can see that the little clusters have been formed, that the buttons are on the page. I have 5 of those. I've got more than 6 embellishments. I have my 3 photos. I've used my stencil, and I have now got to use, I've got the gold solar place, that's like a glaze, but I'm going to add paint splatters, and that then fully meets the requirements of this celebratory hop. Now, Megan has been on YouTube for 10 years, so this is why she's celebrating, and we're helping her celebrate. All of the people that are playing along with the hop are going to be on the list down the bottom in my description box, so please go and watch their videos. Megan is also organising a challenge giveaway for this hop, so if you go and watch Megan's, which all her details in her YouTube and Instagram will be down in my description box, she has more details of how that's going to work for you. But yeah, be part of it. Help Megan celebrate. 10 years on YouTube is a long time. That's an awesome achievement, and we're here to help her celebrate such an amazing milestone. So thanks for watching. That's Megan's layout again. She's called her Storm. Look at it, 3 photos with the frames. There's mine. Of course, my photos are bigger, but the whole concept is there. You can see all of the embellishment clusters down through the layout. So you can see the stamping, which which was a requirement, and the buttons and the enamel dots and the sequins. And yeah, I love how it turned out. I'm very impressed. Thanks, Megan. I'm Kathy from Kathy Loves to Scrap. You can find me on Instagram, and that's where you'll see all my layouts, even the ones that I don't do on YouTube. And thanks for watching the hop. Don't forget to watch everybody else. Leave me a like. It lets Instagram know you like me. And thanks for watching. See you soon. Happy scrapping.